Hey, good day to you all. Dan Jackson here, presenting to you a short subjective video including evidence to support a claim on a perceived individual being a positive coach and or athletic leader. This concept is quite interesting since the perception of leadership quality tends to fall within the subjective spectrum. However, presenting the objective portion tends to metaphorically stir the pot of figurative thought. As confusing as that may seem, I will provide a couple of questions to the viewers. Is defining quality leadership similar to defining the phrase an educated individual, or is the multi-categorical nature of the definition inappropriately argued due to subjective bias? Can the subjective perceptions be objectively influenced and or objectively shifted? These questions are posed because defining a topic as subjective of who do I believe is a positive coach or athletic leader is magnificently frustrating, yet quite enjoyable. This discussion poses a unique and frustrating correlation between subjective opinion and objective implementation. Presenting the subjective viewpoint places a theoretical cap on existential growth. However, sometimes there is a small lid placed over the top where certain attributes may be identified. For example, the term/phrase for this course is likely going to involve the mention of servant leadership, a leadership style that places well-being, growth, and needs at the forefront. Fernandez and Shaw 2020, Sullivan 2019. Establishing this leadership quality theoretically enhances the overall relationship well-being with others, potentially improving the subjectively defined success from person to person. Sullivan 2019, Tharp and Gallimore 1976, going way back from the John Wooden era of using the Arizona State University observation instrument on teaching and coaching behaviors. In a sense, utilizing this leadership style may allow the coaches/leaders to learn more from the subjects/athletes, etc., than the learners may comprehend. Yes, that does seem a bit odd. However, there have been individuals who have stated this who subjectively carry phenomenal leadership qualities by putting servant leadership into practice. Two specific men are James E. Doc Councilman and Dr. David Dave Tanner. These gentlemen are the metaphorical posters of the aforementioned qualities of the servant leader. Both men were a part of Indiana University men's swimming and diving program from the late 1960s to 1990. However, Doc began coaching the team in 1958, whereas Dave began swimming with the team in 1968. Doc went on to coach until 1990. Dave was the volunteer assistant coach until around the same time frame, then proceeded to coach the Spanish national team from the 1990 range to 1997, finally coaching Bloomington High School North boys swimming and diving until his passing in 2020 during quarantine of a 3-year battle of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. A quick side note, and actually reverse engineering the flow of the presentation, Dave was my high school swim coach and best man at my wedding in 2012. So using that as leverage, Dave was a best man in 8 different weddings, where all but one were former swimmers or students. He assisted in the Human Performance and Exercise Research Department at Indiana University. Dave promoted the vision of coaching athletes and teaching students similar to the vision a parent would have when raising a child. Uniquely, Doc openly expressed this vision throughout his years of coaching at Indiana. Both men approached their pupils with the adage of the following, and quote, "The coach needs to submerge their ego. It is okay for the person they're leading to ask questions and disagree with their ways. It is up to you to prioritize the betterment of the person you're working with, not belittle it." Kincaid 2014, that is a film called Making Waves. In Tanner 2016, an interview I had with him about Doc specifically. The final statement aforementioned embodies the label of importance Doc and Dave placed on the impacts/influence of understanding psychology. Kincaid 2014 and Dave again, Tanner 2016. Both stayed quite up to date on the psychology wherewithal that was occurring with the advancing youth. To state They advocated positive psychology, or the emphasis on optimizing human function across a categorical myriad involving intrinsic motivation, hope, optimism, etc. Sullivan 2019 is an understatement. By placing the value of the well-being, growth, etc. on the athletes, students, pupils, etc., these men carry the metaphorical torch of the highest quality of leadership style. Thank you.